do you have this mindset to say कि नहीं यार, I will still pay my people, I will still honor my commitments to my client?
Because like I told you, I started to learn more from Tony Robbins.
Can we double click on this?
When you say I am, so I am powerful, peaceful, prosperous. Even the amount of money what I had in my saving, I can even take care of them because they had taken care of me.
You have selected Tony Robbins as your mentor. What transformation have you seen before you joined in and after you joined in?
When you are in a peak state, it means that you have your physiology, how you keep your body. Second part is your belief. A person will always have a person who's not doing well will have limiting beliefs. Third is focus. The focus is, it has, I would say, laser focus. Again, Arjuna comes in.
Is manifestation a farce, or is it that we are doing it in a wrong manner?
When you have a purpose behind it, you create your identity.
एक दिन दुनिया का सारा सोना तो मेरा कर दूंगा माँ.
If you don't feel the need to change, then you have to suffer.
A lot of people speak about gratitude. How have you seen gratitude work for you?
I write 5 people whom I thank every day. So I write it in a book so that, I feel a sense of fulfillment. Every day you are auto-tuning yourself to get better and better. The more fulfillment you get.
This year itself, I want to earn 1 crore. Until last year, I was making 20 lakhs.
Yes.
But this year, I want to do something to make 1 crore rupees. Now, a month passes by and I don't see those results. What should I do so that I can stick on this path for 12 months?
Yes.
लोगों को लगता है कि बिजनेस करने के लिए बहुत ही स्किल्स चाहिए, उसके बाद नंबर स्किल्स चाहिए, पर एक्चुअली बिजनेस करने के लिए आपको चाहिए राइट माइंडसेट. 2 बिजनेसमैन, एक बिजनेसमैन के पास राइट माइंडसेट है और एक बिजनेसमैन के पास राइट माइंडसेट नहीं है पर स्किल सेट है. जिसका राइट माइंडसेट है उसके जीतने के चांसेस काफी ज्यादा होते हैं. और यही आज मैं बात करने वाला हूं मिस्टर कमल भाटिया के साथ, जो यूएस में ग्रुप चलाते हैं जिसका नाम है एक्शन ग्रुप. मिस्टर कमल भाटिया को मैं पर्सनली पिछले 7 साल से जानता हूं. 5 साल पहले उनकी कंपनी का टर्नओवर करीबन 4 से 5 मिलियन डॉलर्स था और आज उनकी कंपनी का टर्नओवर हो चुका है 40 मिलियन डॉलर. यानी पिछले 5 साल के अंदर अंदर उन्होंने 10 टाइम्स रेवेन्यू ग्रोथ करी. और ये वो व्यक्ति हैं जो 1996 में यूएस गए थे और जब ये यूएस गए थे तो इनके पास सिर्फ $250 थे. वहां से लेके आज तक की जर्नी में इन्होंने बहुत कुछ अचीव किया. चाहे 40 मिलियन डॉलर का टर्नओवर हो, 250 से ज्यादा एम्प्लॉइज हो, 7 बेडरूम हॉल किचन का विला हो और फरारी गाड़ी हो, ये सारी चीजें उन्होंने राइट माइंडसेट के साथ अचीव करी. और यही नहीं, उन्होंने एक राइट मेंटर को भी चूज किया जिसे हम सब जानते हैं, जिसका नाम है मिस्टर टोनी रॉबिन्स. तो उन्होंने आज अपनी लाइफ जर्नी को टोटली डिकोड किया है. उन्होंने बताया कि हम ये कौन सी मिस्टेक्स करते हैं जिससे हम स्कार्सिटी माइंडसेट में रह जाते हैं और अबंडेंस नहीं लेके आ पाते. उन्होंने ये भी बताया कि उनका रिचुअल क्या है जिससे वो अपने आप को ज्यादा पावरफुल महसूस करते हैं. उन्होंने टोनी रॉबिन्स के साथ अपना एक्सपीरियंस बताया है और ये भी बताया है कि एट द एज ऑफ 58 वो अपना नया वेंचर चालू कर रहे हैं मिस्टर अंकुर अग्रवाल के साथ, वो भी दुबई में. ये सारी चीजें उन्होंने बताई, उसके रीजंस बताए, उनका तरीका बताया और फाइनली वो रिचुअल बताया जो उनको मैजिकल बना देता है. तो अगर आप भी मैजिकल बनना चाहते हैं, अपने जॉब में, अपने बिजनेस में, रिलेशनशिप्स में बेटर बनना चाहते हैं, तो इस एपिसोड को एंड तक जरूर देखेगा. एक ही चीज है, ये एपिसोड ज्यादा इंग्लिश में है क्योंकि वो यूएस रहते हैं तो उनकी इंग्लिश ज्यादा अच्छी है. तो उन्होंने ये एपिसोड इंग्लिश में किया है, हम इसके हिंदी सबटाइटल्स दे देंगे, उससे आप हिंदी में भी इसको देख सकते हैं. और हाँ, अभी तक आप में से सिर्फ 25% लोगों ने चैनल को सब्सक्राइब किया है, तो फटाफट चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर लो, घंटी दबा दो, ताकि ऐसे ही अमेजिंग गेस्ट्स मैं आप तक लेके आ सकूं और आपकी लर्निंग को बढ़ाऊं. आइए मिलते हैं मिस्टर कमल भाटिया से.
कमल सर, थैंक यू सो मच. यू हैव फ्लोन डाउन फ्रॉम यूएस एंड हम ये एपिसोड आपके साथ कर रहे हैं. थैंक यू फॉर गिविंग मी दिस अपॉर्चुनिटी.
Thank you, Sanjay. And it's my pleasure that I've heard so much about you and I've been listening. You are such inspiring.
Thank you, sir.
And all your guests who come in, so much of knowledge is shared. So
Thank
I'm
you.
very excited because you have so much of energy and enthusiasm.
थैंक यू सर, थैंक यू सो मच. सर, मैं आपको ऑलमोस्ट 6-7 years से जानता हूँ.
Yes.
एंड वी हैव स्पोकन ऑन फोन सो मेनी टाइम्स. एंड मैंने सबको बताया कि आप यूएस से हैं, आपका बिजनेस है. सर, जब मेरे को याद है 2020 के आसपास, कोविड के आसपास मैंने आपसे बात की थी और रेवेन्यू वाज इन द रेंज ऑफ $4 to $5 million.
5 million, absolutely.
एंड टुडे यू आर एट $40 million
Yes.
this year. So in almost 5 years, you have grown 10 times,
Yes.
which is massive because कोई इतना scale सोचता नहीं. And that also sitting in US in a difficult business like hospitality, manpower providing. So, sir, इसमें क्या main कारण रहे? What are the reasons you feel that helped you achieve this growth?
Definitely, yeah. COVID actually was a great learning for me because COVID does a time, and especially hospitality was basically had dipped down. So that is a time when, my mindset had to be much more positive. And then that's when I realized my mental has to be even, because I thought it might get over in 1 month, 2 months, 6 months. It took more than 1.5 years. But that is a time my growth actually happened mentally. And although I was very satisfied, I was in a comfort zone doing $5 million, but I was thinking probably I'm going to even lose that, because hospitality was in doldrums that time. And after that, when it came up, that is when the growth happened 10 times even faster than even I thought. But I would basically give all the credit to the mindset. That became such an important part. And basically I was learning was from Tony Robbins. Tony Robbins was their way, which brought me so much of growth.
Wow.
Because that's when I learned about Unleash the Power Within. I went for Leadership Mastery, Date of Destiny, Life Mastery, Business Mastery. And after that, they were ready to even take me as a coach.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So,
And that's almost every program of Tony Robbins
Yes.
you must have covered.
yeah, I covered everything. And also my mindset changed, because now I could understand people from their level, what they were going through in their life. Otherwise, I was very cynical in, if they don't perform, I would have the next person come in. And that is a time my turnover was also very high. My actually turnover reduced, and I could see that whoever joined me even after 2020, they have been there consistently and performing even quality wise even more better than what they were doing in the past. And not only that, their family life improved, their growth mentally improved, as well as financially improved. So that helped a great.
Sir, let me go back to 2020. And after that, I will go back to your 1996 when you moved to US.
Absolutely.
But ये क्योंकि हमने इस topic को पकड़ा, तो I will go to 2020. And I want to ask you, when COVID happened and shutdown happened, and how many staff did you have in your company overall, including the funds which you had put up?
I consistently would have around 250. Now I have around 500 plus.
Wow. So 250 people were there.
Yes.
You didn't have any visibility of revenue because there was a shutdown.
Absolutely.
But your costs were fixed.
Costs were fixed. Yes.
So how did you take out that time mentally? मतलब आपने ऐसा क्या किया उस time की, because it pains a lot when you have to pay the salaries but there's zero income, and
Right.
What was that experience like?
Experience, it was a learning, because I understood, I put them in their shoes and understood that what they will also be going through. And they were quite loyal with me. So I wanted to, because I was always thinking, looking at the news, it said that probably by next month, now they have introduced various kind of injections which were helping, so that, things are going to only go better. And I was thinking that, okay, next month is going to get better. So I was prolonging myself to a level where I kept most of my people, because even my clients were so happy they did not want them to be left behind. So they were still giving them some kind of a works to keep them busy. That's the loyalty what we had earned, because what consistency what we provided in hospitality. And I did not want to lose them. But at the same time, they also understood. They would say that, hey, I'm okay not taking for a next month. So like this, we prolonged for 1.5 years.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
But during this time, was there any loss in the business, or you could break even, or were there profits?
I would say yes, definitely there was a loss. For 1.5 years, we had suffered. I had lost a good chunk of money, but then it started to happen 4 times faster, because we had even got more contracts with the hotels. And they even referred that, during COVID time, lot of people had lost the contracts. The other companies had lost. And actually, it was a blessing in disguise, I would say. That
For the last man standing.
Yes. So I would say the more you give, the more you get. That's what I learned. That अगर आप अपने मन और मन भाव से दोगे, तो कहीं ना कहीं से the universe will give you back.
Wow.
And, this is what I believed in.
Perfect.
And it definitely happened.
Sir, again, coming back to that incident where loss हो रहा था, and you are consistently in loss, how do you have this mindset to say कि नहीं यार, I will still pay my people, I will still honor my commitments to my clients? And your clients are not small guys. They are
Yes.
the Ritz-Carlton of the world, and
Yes.
the Marriotts of the world, Westins of the world. मतलब top of the top line hotel chains आपके clients हैं.
Because like I told you, I started to learn more from Tony Robbins.
Okay.
And that is when I realized the pattern. What my pattern of my own growth is. Because what I had done in my own pattern of growth was I had created a habit, and that's when I wanted to change those habits.
Mhm.
And then I realized that I got to have a purpose behind my pattern. And when I had a clearer purpose, and I knew that, hey, this cannot keep prolonging for a long time. If it prolongs, let me see how long I can. So I had basically decided I can maximum go for 2 more months.
Okay.
That is when I decided that, I had, since I'm good in numbers too. So I had put the numbers in, and I said I can plug in the numbers to see what I can do. And then even if I had 250 people, I would take it down to 125. So till that time, because I saw how many people had worked with me for so long and how they had helped in the company's growth and also in the client's growth, that's when I wanted to make that change. So that is when I started to change my habit. The patterns began to improve in my own self, and that is when I had a purpose behind it. And I realized that the identity what I create, that becomes the most important part of your life.
Can we double click on this?
Yes, when I created my own identity, I would say I am. When you say I am is an identity what you create. So I am powerful, peaceful, prosperous, and I'm aligning my mind, body, and soul, leading an extraordinary and a fulfilled life. So I could see that even the amount of money what I had in my savings, I can even take care of them, because they had taken care of me when I had first started my business.
Right.
So I wanted to take care of them. So that is when the growth for me had to happen.
Growth unleashed for you. I think.
Unleash for me, yes. Unleash the power within.
And you
Yes,
got
that is what it is.
almost 10x in 5 years in
Absolutely.
terms of growth. So coming back to your original days, like let's say when you moved to US, because when you moved to US, that migration was not that heavy.
Absolutely.
And I think you're not even an engineer, because for engineers it was easier. You're not
Yes.
from IITs.
Yeah.
So can I know a bit more? Actually, can people know a bit more about
Absolutely,
your
yeah.
background?
So, I believe very strongly in manifestation. So that is when the manifestation actually, the word manifestation sounds very weird sometimes, because you say, okay, you can manifest and something, it might or it might not happen. But then for me, the manifestation was so clear, because when I was working with Taj, I was assigned to go to London.
Okay.
That's when I realized the value of time and money. I realized that the amount of time I'm still working 8 hours, but when I'm making in pounds, the multiplication was much more higher than what I was making in rupees. That's when, the manifestation started to me, because my training manager that time used to say, Ritz-Carlton is the best in the world. So that's when I wrote on a piece of paper that I want to work in the Ritz.
Wow.
And then I thought I can work in a Ritz-Carlton, and my visa was about to finish off from London, and I had to go back to India. That is when I said, and I felt that America has more freedom to work there. So I thought that, okay, I'm going to write Ritz-Carlton, America. I did not know which even city I was going.
Oh.
And luckily, and I went in 1996, and 1996 was a year of Olympics that happened in Atlanta.
Yes.
So I had put it in such a way that I am, because immigration becomes very difficult to get. And if I tell them that, hey, I want to work for a Ritz-Carlton, I will not even get it. And even if I apply to a Ritz-Carlton, I was not sure I'm going to get it or not. So I applied as a tourist, and but on the pretext of going to watch the Olympics. But I was very clear in myself, that is when the alignment of mind, body, and soul comes into existence. So that time I was not even ready to understand all this, but I got clarity when I went to Tony Robbins. That is when the difference came in. But that manifestation happened when I went to watch the Olympics in 1996. At least I got my tourist visa. And the first thing I applied within the first week, because I had taken my resume, I was already prepared. I went there and applied. I did not tell them I'm a tourist. And the first thing what I did is I went to a restaurant, went to a cafe, and it was my wife's birthday. And I had only taken $250 in my pocket.
Wow.
That's the money what I had, because all I had to pay for my air ticket for me and my wife. So when we reached there, it was a birthday, and I said, let's go to Ritz-Carlton, and let's at least I can have a cup of coffee there. And that's when I connected with one of the managers, and I started telling him, hey, I first spoke very highly about their service because what I saw.
Yep.
And then I told about myself, what my experience in the past is. And I jokingly told them that, hey, I would love to work for a property like yours. So he looked at me and, and then he called his boss, the food and beverage director. And he said, hey, we have one more candidate who loves to work and he has got good credentials. Because I had just come back from London that time, from St. James Court. So that also actually added to my resume. And then working with Taj Mahal was leading hotels of the world. So that actually had a lot of credentials to it.
Wow.
So that added so much of value, and all the HR knew about it, and they had my group discussion, then personal interview, then there was a written test. I cleared all that because I was very clear in what I wanted.
And all of this, you are on tourist visa.
I'm still on a tourist visa.
Okay.
And you won't believe that, one day when they had called me for an interview, it was raining so heavily and I did not even have money for even to take a cab. And I tried to even get a lift, but, there it's so difficult. All I got was, it was raining that day. They splashed all the water on me and left. So I had but I still went for the interview, and I was 1.5 hours late for the interview. But they actually thanked me. They said, you are very persistent of even coming.
Because the situation was so bad.
Yes. And they actually thanked me for that.
Wow.
And put me on top of the list.
Oh, wow.
And then finally, for the final interview, it was like an interview that comes on the phone. And I did not, that time there were no cell phones.
Yep.
So I had given my sister's, number, and so I was just waiting anxiously every day. And then I waited for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. It did not come in. So I thought probably I'm not the candidate chosen. And so I had given 2 numbers. One was my sister's number, residence number, and other, she used to work in a blimp. They used to own a blimpie. So I actually went there at blimpie to help her out, So I was sitting there, and suddenly I get a call. And this happened, and that time I was actually cashiering. I was doing, and suddenly there was a big line of people. I still remember because it's so much emerged inside me. And I, as soon as it rang, it says from Ritz-Carlton. I just took the phone and I went inside and started doing the interview. And that was it was basically for 45 minutes. They started asking me IQ questions and different kind of scenarios they gave.
Scenario building, yeah.
It was more of scenario, and that is a time. And I was quite nervous, but at the same time, when you have manifested something to get it done, even the universe is showering all the blessings on that.
True.
And that's when the magic happened.
And you were still on the...
I was still on a tourist, and after my interview was over, the selection, I told them that, hey, I'm actually a tourist, and I would... I'm not sure the how. So they said, don't worry, we have our own immigration lawyer, and it was just 2 blocks away, and they sent me right there.
Wow. And you got it.
And I got it.
Wow.
And my goals were even very small that time. My goal was to work for a year and then go back to India, because that's our country, and we love that.
Right.
So, but when I started working, I saw the work ethics. I learned so much about systems of operations. I learned so much on leadership. That's when, I decided, why not stay for 2 more years? So I kept extending my goals from 1 year to 2 years. So after 3 years, I said, I think it's time for me to get a green card now, to be a permanent resident.
Got it.
So that life can be...
This was which year?
This was from 96. I started off my career in 96. So I worked with Ritz-Carlton for a year. And then for a couple of years, I moved to Sheraton because I got a better offer with them as a food and beverage director. So I moved there as a food and beverage director. That's after working for 2 years. That's when I decided, I said, I think it's time for me to get a green card.
So around year 2000,
yes,
by 2K, you got a green card.
And it took me 3 years to get my green card. And that's when, again, I manifested that I need to start my own business now. So I kept, raising my standards. I wanted to keep stepping up on my goals. That's when, the magic began to happen also. So even when I started my own business, I learned so much about entrepreneurship right there. Entrepreneurship is most about risk taking. And I had very limited money for what I had saved. And I said, okay, I'm going to put that in the business. But again, with the, with a mindset that, hey, if I fail, I might go back to work again. So I gave that clarity to myself. But at the same time, my family were not too happy because I now had to pay for my own medical. And that is the time my first child was about to be born.
Oh, okay.
So, there were repercussions also on that part. But how you are able to cope up and takes you to a next level.
Beautiful. Sir, I think there's a lot of learning from this, and the bigger learning which I got is manifestation, keep at it. And when you desire something so deeply,
Yes.
obviously things just keep on falling in place. Now, let us take this pretext and let me ask you this question कि ये जो छोटे व्यापारी हैं, and you started as a small business, now you're doing so well. What are the mistakes they make? Why are they not able to scale their business? Why are they not able to be profitable? What is that mindset block, or what is that pattern which makes them not scale and stay there only? मतलब वहीं पे रह जाते हैं, growth नहीं कर
Right.
पाते.
First thing is they do not have a very clear plan.
Okay.
So they have no clarity, right also. For example, they believe that, okay, they have a mastery in a skill. So they think that, okay, now I think I can start a business and I can excel. But they do not understand that what is a burning problem of a customer. Your skill has to be mastery in something what the customer is burningly having a problem. So unless you don't have that kind of a skill, you're not able to take it to a next level. The next part is, again, I would say that you got to have a right mentor. Mentor is very important because he guides you through the whole process. And somebody, don't ask your friends or somebody, whom you're close to, because we ask somebody whom we are close to, and they have not actually experienced it. So ask the right people, who have gone through this process and have excelled. And that is the time they will tell you, because for me, there is so much of clarity. Like if somebody tells me that, hey, I want to make $500,000 to a 5 million to 20 million to a 40 million, because I've achieved that.
You have achieved 40 million.
I've achieved that. So it is very clear for me. I have so much of clarity in how to tell what are the things that, because when I even first started my job, I was making an average. When I first started, I was making 60,000. And I was quite happy, because when I came back from India or even London, making $60,000 was great. Then when I made 100,000, it was outstanding. But then when I started my business, I made that only in the first month.
Wow.
So that was a difference, and then after achieving $500,000, I was quite happy. I said, man, I think, I'm doing excellent. Yeah, I can take care of my needs right now. But then, then you go back into a comfort zone. That's what happens. You like, when you go into a comfort zone, you do not climb up. Then you have to keep raising your standard. So from $500,000, I moved to a 5 million. Again, I had a mentor who guided me through the process. From 5 million, and again, after 2020, that is when the growth started to happen even more faster, because again, I went back into my comfort zone. Because I was thinking, again, then something like COVID happened. I said, no, now I have to keep raising my standards to a level where, anything, even COVID happens for next 5 years or 10 years, I can take care of not only for me, my family, and even all my employees now.
Staff, yeah. Right.
So that is when the growth started to happen for me. So the other, things what the entrepreneurs do not realize is the capital investment. Sometimes you think that the money is enough, but then, for example, if you take a restaurant, right after you get your license, doing the architect or doing the development whole plan itself, and whatever you put your budget, it always exceeds to the. And then when you are ready to hire people, recruiting becomes an important part. Then leadership qualities. You got to be an effective leader. Then it's about communication. It's about effective marketing. All those play such a vital part. And then the execution part. And then sometimes it happens that we have our own egos. The egos play such a part that, sometimes we do not take it. But here, you have to understand that even if you're the lowest of all, you have to be a yes man all the time. But at the same time, take decisions where, it is affecting you, that you are strongly saying no to it. So because that is where your profitability comes in. And you have to understand numbers, because numbers talk. If you do not If you're not profitable, that means you're losing day by day. And you can give time to it. Like I would say, give 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, but don't think it's your baby. You have to let the baby go then. Because if it's taking too long, that's why restaurants, if you see, 97% fail the very first year.
True.
Only 3% actually thrive.
True.
And if you look at a 5 years record, only 30% make it for 5 years
Out of the 3%.
out of that.
So if 100
No,
restaurants...
if they have, if they, because now when I'm taking the whole hospitality, hospitality includes resorts, hotels, branded hotels, unbranded hotels. You have basically fast foods, restaurants, diners, all those put together. So there are so many, and then franchisees. So whatever those people are exceeding, you will see that in the first year, it's basically the 3% are the ones who are actually thriving to make up to the mark. And out of that 3%, you would say that of the entire hospitality, you would say that the 50%, 30% would thrive for the next 5 years.
Oh, okay.
And then the statistics show that it's a 50% in 10-year period.
Oh.
So that is when you got to have a right mentor, a right guru, a right mindset. All that becomes so important.
I've been speaking to you and I'm realizing that out of the entire attribution to success, majorly you are moving more towards mindset, mentorship,
Yes.
and you're not giving that much weightage to skill. You're saying that's okay, all of that is, but mindset works. And that's where I want to come first point, which you mentioned, which is clear plan.
Clear plan.
Now, when we listen to big entrepreneurs like Mark Zuckerberg, very recently said that don't wait till the idea is totally formed in your mind.
Right.
Start something.
Yes.
And then now, let's say we listen to you and you say that there should be clarity.
Yes.
So how are these two things different? Because if we wait for entire clarity, we'll never be able to start.
See, the clarity, I would say, is even the clarity what I had, when I first started in 96, is a different clarity what I have now. Because that is when I kept raising my standards. But when you have clarity, is like what I said is the burning problem of a customer is the mastery or the skill what you have. If that is a clarity, if you have that, you can start to go from there.
Got it. You don't need to have full formation.
No, the formation will come because as you go by, because now when I'm making 40 million to where I was making $500,000 was totally different, right? So even I used to fire people if they would not listen. Now I would go in their shoes. I would understand them.
You would have empathy.
Empathy. So empathy became such an important thing that time empathy was not that important. It was like basically I would say planning, organizing, communicating, and then executing. So those were the things that were important. And then I would say there are 5 core qualities which is required. First is accountability. You got to be accountable, in whatever you do. Second thing is treating everybody with dignity and respect.
Wow.
It's very important because if your ego comes in, you've gone down. And then third is ownership. It's not like when you're working in a corporate world, you can blame somebody and let go because, hey, he did it was his problem, and you can still go back to sleep. Here it's your business. So you got to take ownership. If he's not working, your money is burning. So you're going down, you're churning yourself in. You're putting in more work.
Buck stops at you.
Buck stops at you. Then fourth is profitability. You got to be profitable. If it's not profitable, then the business is useless, I would say. No matter what, it's like a baby whom you're making it grow, but the baby, you'll keep it, right? But sometimes we attach more to our business than to our family. So here is how you demark yourself, because that is when you can enjoy an extraordinary life and be fulfilled. Because sometimes you have a lot of money, but you don't have time to value that, right? And the last part is team success. You got to be a team player, because when you are as a leader in this business, because you are the one owning it, this is a team game. This is like a basketball game or a cricket game where you're playing together to win. If one person is not batting properly, or the openers don't bat, then there is more pressure to the last players who are playing. Same thing happens if somebody does not catch or the fielding is bad, right? Same thing happens in a basketball game. They are passing the ball. Like the perfect. So if I look at it, Michael Jordan is, I've learned so much from just reading about him about so much. And that's where the growth will begin to happen for you. And then again, if you look at cricket, Sachin Tendulkar, Virat Kohli, and even Dhoni. Dhoni is the one who's behind the wickets, but he's watching the whole game. And he can plan, he can strategize. And that is when you can strategize and see the same thing happens in our business too. So all those play such a vital part.
Kamal sir, we'll come to very important thing, which was your second point, which is mentor.
Right.
You have selected Tony Robbins as your mentor. You have been on all his programs. What transformation have you seen before you joined in and after you joined in?
The major transformation happened when I learned the art of NLP.
Okay.
Now, NLP, when I say, a lot of people don't understand what NLP is. It's called neuro-linguistic programming. Neuro means the nerves, how the nerves are connected to your speech.
Okay.
When you are, and this actually, I recently was reading about Mr. Ambani, and he started talking about, he said that in my business, everybody is so connected with each other that we talk, our nerves are so much connected, and whatever we want to accomplish, whatever we want to execute, it happens from their mind, body, and soul put together. So their core team is so much inclined towards it. So, and I think he's talking about NLP, neuro-linguistic programming. So when your nerves are connected so well that whatever you want to accomplish, that is when I would say the manifestation also happens.
Okay.
So it gave me so much of clarity then that, hey, and I learned the techniques about NLP, how it actually can change some of your weaknesses, and those weaknesses can change into your strengths. Then I could do actually a SWOT analysis on my own self, and that is when I came up with the identity of who I am. And that's when I created that I am powerful, I am peaceful, I am prosperous. This is through the NLP. And then it cannot just align when I'm just saying, I could basically keep gauging myself. Because now I'm aligning my mind, my body, and my soul, that everything is aligned together. That's when the magic starts to happen.
From this mind, body, and soul, I'm just recollecting a shlok from Bhagavad Gita.
Oh, yes.
It said that Vyavsay Atmika Buddhi Ekaha Kurunandana. So Vyavsay, which is your profession, Atmika, which is soul, and Buddhi, which is your mind.
Yes.
Ekaha Kurunandana.
They are
Put it in
all
one,
friends.
aligned and in one direction only.
Yes.
And that's when you can achieve something very, very
And, reading Bhagavad Gita only, I read Swami Rama's The Psychology of Bhagavad Gita. And that is when I'd actually named my company also. My company's name is Action. Because, Lord Krishna talks about action.
True.
Right?
True.
Unless you don't take action, like even the manifestation becomes useless. So the execution is so important. So the NLP is all about execution. So once you understand your weaknesses, how you're able to transform yourself to those, make that into your strengths. And that is a journey, I would say. But once you get the awareness becomes such an important part. Once you have the awareness, then you know that, okay, what are the path I need to take?
So can we discuss any technique which you learned from Tony Robbins?
Absolutely.
Like, for example, any framework or any mannerism in which you can improve your...
First thing is, I would say, be always in your peak state.
Oh, okay.
When you are in a peak state, it means that you have your physiology, how you keep your body. If you will see that a person, who is not doing well, so let's take an entrepreneur who is not doing well, he'll see his shoulders are drooping.
Yeah.
And even when his eye contact, he will not even give you a good eye contact. And even when he's talking, there is no courage in his talk. There is no confidence. So you can easily make it out that, hey, this is where he lacks in his physiology. The second part is your belief. What is your belief level? A person will always have a person, who's not doing well, will have limiting beliefs.
Okay.
Those limiting beliefs, now how you change that into empowering beliefs becomes such an important thing. How you empower yourself. Because once you empower yourself, that is when you get strength inside you. So second is that. Third is focus.
Wow.
What you focus on. See, the focus is, it has, I would say, laser focus. Again, Arjuna comes in. You know, he's like, he would look at the eagle's eye when he's putting a shot together. So that is when, if you're shooting it, you don't look at, okay, I might do it, I might not do it, or I might do it next time. You only got one chance. Don't think about, you know, I'll get one more chance. But do it with, again, aligning your mind, body, and soul. And you'll see that, you know, you will hit the bullseye. Fourth is your language.
Oh, okay.
The language. So how you're speaking. So for example, even the inner belief, what you have, the inner talk, what is consistently telling you, no, you can't do it. Anytime it tells you, that is when you say, shut up, stop, you know, burn that and say, I can do it. And that's where Nike is.
Yep.
Just do it.
Just do it.
Just do it. So those are the things where, if you make that a part and parcel of your life, slowly you'll see that you start to go on your peak state. And then second, I can do a whole NLP right now if you want to.
We can just deep dive more as
Yes,
as we can.
absolutely. Sure.
So let's say you said peak state hona chahiye,
Yes.
focus hona chahiye, और मेरे limiting beliefs should change to my empowering
beliefs.
But sir, I am in a situation of misery. I have, as a businessman, I have a lot of debt on me. As an employee, I have a lot of EMIs on me. Any part of the life, you know, and I'm not able to make the ends meet. And suddenly, you know, somebody listens to us and says कि we should have empowering beliefs. How do I get out of that state of scarcity?
Absolutely.
क्योंकि मैं अभी तक तो EMI नहीं दे पा रहा था.
Yes.
अब मैं अचानक से बोलने लगा नहीं I'll own a $1 billion business और ये.
Right.
That doesn't sound well.
Yes.
So is manifestation a farce, or is it that we are doing it in a wrong manner? How does somebody come out of a state of so much of apathy or scarcity to a state of clear abundance?
See, you yourself have given the answer if you look at it. You have told me that, hey, a person who's suffering all this, why? Because these are all emotions which are inside you. So this is vibration which is there inside you. You have to change those vibrations to make it into a much more positive way. These vibrations are affecting you. So you have to first take it to a surface level, because those have been stacked inside one by one inside you. The number of things what you told me, the EMI, you know, whatever.
Not able to make ends meet.
Yes, ends meet, or you cannot buy whatever, you know, you're manifesting, a car or, you know, a house, all those things. And believe me, I have gone through the same phase. You know, my father was flourishing in his business, and, you know, after he had an accident, everything was gone. And I had just finished my college that time. That is when, otherwise I was very carefree. I was thinking I was going back into my dad's business to go and thrive. But then when my mom said, you're on your own, you've done hotel school, go and search for a job, and you need to not only take care of yourself, take care of us too. That is when, you know, a purpose came behind me. So this is what it is, unless you don't have a purpose behind it. So this is a pattern. This is a pattern what you have, what people create when they have stacked inside on all the negative beliefs what they have. So like what I said, when you are on a peak state, this does not. So it is going to definitely make a change, because now suddenly when I say from a negative, you're slowly thinking positive. It cannot happen in a day with a snap of a finger. But it can also happen with a snap of a finger only if you have a purpose behind it.
Okay.
My purpose was so strong that I said, I'm going to give everything to my, to my parents. The first year I saved when I went to London, I bought a house for them.
Oh, wow.
And, you know, I sacrificed my marriage too. I did not do a very luxurious marriage, but I said, no, my parents having a home was more important. You know, that's what I did. And then again, I climbed up the ladder by saying, I'm going to now go to America and go and work in Ritz-Carlton so I can have a better quality of life.
Because you had a very solid purpose behind it.
I had a solid purpose.
So is that what is missing link with all the people who are in scarcity?
Absolutely. So when you have a purpose behind it, you create your identity. So if you don't feel the need to change, then you have to suffer. So you have to give something to get. You know, you cannot get what you want. You say that, hey, I want to have a luxurious life, but I don't want to put an effort. I put a lot of effort in it. You know, I came all the way here. I had $250. I spent even days when I only had one veggie sandwich for the entire day. and it was 99 cents, I would be counting my $250. So I've gone through that kind of a living also. So that is when the change begins to happen. But again, there is a belief. That is when your belief changes from a lower belief to an empowering belief. So a limiting belief, you're making a change there, right there. But if you still feel that, hey, I think it's okay, I'll just go with the way it is, then you don't have a direction in your life. You're going wherever you want to go, and then you'll see, okay, for example, in a navigation also, from here you want to go, say, to Dhola Kuan, to Taj Palace. You put the direction and you have a clarity. Otherwise, for me, I don't know how the way it is.
True.
And if I don't have a navigation, then I will stop everywhere and say, Bhaiya, do I take a left or a right? Do I take a left or a right? And if it was to take 20 minutes, I might reach, probably might take me 4 hours to reach. So here is the time difference. I realized that if I'm going to make money in dollars, and I'm going to have a better way because I'm saving on my time. But again, what happens is we go back into a comfort zone. Now, when you have stacked all those limiting beliefs, you are still in your comfort zone thinking that, okay, it's okay. It might take me, today is okay. I might change it tomorrow. So that is a pattern what you've created. This pattern leads to your habit. So once you are able to diagnose yourself, so that is when the awareness comes in to you. And then you are self-judging yourself. You do a SWOT analysis. Your strengths, your weaknesses, what are your opportunities and your threats. And that is when you write it down. Okay, I would do on an hourly basis.
Oh, okay.
I would write it down. What did I do? What thought came in? Why did it used to happen to me?
So much of self-audit.
It has to be self-audit. Now, the pattern to me, what is created is so much energized, so much enthusiastic that I don't even have to think because I know it is on autopilot. You create an autopilot. For example, if you every day, if you are going to a gym, so even sometimes you are thinking something else. Now your wife calls you and says, hey, I want you to go and get some groceries in between. But you're on autopilot, you're thinking something else. Even if you're not thinking, it will take you home. And then you realize, oh, I had to go and get groceries. Why? Because you have created that as a pattern.
So patterns are so strong.
Patterns are amazingly so strong. So if you understand by awareness, that is when you create a habit. And that habit, how do you create? By being totally committed to it and being laser focused.
So that gets me to my next question. So we have now understood that we have to change our beliefs.
Absolutely.
Let's take an example that now I have understood that I want to change my life. And I've promised to myself that, yes, I want to make this change. Maybe this year itself, I want to earn 1 crore.
Absolutely.
Till last year, I was making 20 lakhs.
Yes.
But this year, I want to do something to make 1 crore rupees. Okay. Now, a month passes by and I don't see those results. Okay. I don't see that 8 lakh rupees, which is 1 crore divided by 12.
Right.
So what should I do so that I can stick on this path for 12 months?
Right.
Because I think one of the biggest difficulties is that people make commitments. And, we see so many memes where people reach to the gym on 1st of January and 3rd of January, the gym is empty.
Yes.
So,
yeah.
What is that practice which can keep you on that path till you achieve your goal?
So now you're saying that you want to do from 20 lakhs to a crore.
Yeah.
It has to be realistic also.
Okay.
It has to be smart goals. Specific, measurable, achievable, reachable, and being time bound. So you have to understand that, hey, from 20 lakhs, you have created a 12-month goal. Is it realistic? Am I going to make it? You make smaller goals first, I would say. 20 to 40 or even 20 to 25. For me, even when I was making $500,000, when I wrote 5 million, I did not believe in myself. I did not believe, but I was consistently taking action. The difference is in taking action and measurable action. Now, what can I do? For example, I said, I have to get 3 more hotel contracts.
So now you have come to the inputs.
Inputs, absolutely. So now, if I get 3 more contracts, what should be the billable rate also?
Oh, okay.
Now, if I'm going to get, how many departments will I get?
Reverse engineering.
Yes. So you cannot just write it on a piece of say and say committed. What is the commitment for? You have to put a plan of action to it.
Got it.
If you do not have a plan of action, it is just writing it down on a piece of paper, and then every day you might write it for 1 week, 2 weeks, and you say this does not work. People who cannot achieve are only lying.
Wow.
So now again, that belief also goes inside you. So those beliefs keep on adding because you're stacking. Stack with those positive beliefs and go and meet your mentor. Find a mentor. Go and change your mindset. And it will take time. These are triggers. A trigger. So these are called, so you learn about anchors. In Tony Robbins teaches you anchors. So I have created an anchor. For me, courage is right here. I'm fearless. So when I do this, the courage comes in. When I need courage, I have so much embodied in myself that when I need courage at a time, because we are all, yes, this is an emotion. I need courage that something is happening to me. I want more courage because I'm a leader. I am the one who's holding the horns of so I have to fight. So I need courage. When I need commitment, I tap here.
Wow.
Laser focus.
Wow.
So these are some of the anchors what you create.
Yeah.
Right.
And I could relate because I saw this movie called Wolf of Wall Street. And there's this one scene where they say, and they start doing this because they had to, sell more or do a bigger business that day. They had an IPO coming up. So these are anchors.
And that is when the confidence will just ooze out to you. But it does not happen, you do it. Like, for example, this also is a trigger for me. It tells me that, hey, what I need to do.
It gets you back.
It brings me back. I have to be alert.
Got it.
So for example, I'm feeling lazy, but I need to finish the project. I have programmed myself that it will put me back into power.
Wow.
So it is empowering yourself.
Wow.
So it is not just talking, but taking action.
Talking to taking action.
Talking to taking action. And then I would say not action, but taking consistent action.
Wow.
So consistently you see yourself, because that is when you audit yourself. Every hour when you're auditing, you will come to know, okay, where am I lacking? And those beliefs will slowly start to change you. Then that thought when it comes, hey, I cannot reach my, you said 1 crore, right? So 1 crore, why am I not reaching? And then you'll say, hey, you did not take action. You did not get the contract. Even when you went there, you were not even focused enough. Even when you did the pitching to the to your client, you were not you said it might work, it might not work, because you did not believe in your own self. When you start to believe in yourself, the client will see in his eyes that, hey, I think I found the right person.
Beautiful. So all of this, sir, leads me to my next question, which is importance of rituals. I've spoken to so many good leaders,
Right.
and we have also had a chat so many times. And I've seen people who are very successful have rituals.
Yes.
For example, Michael Jordan had a ritual of, putting in 1,000 shots before he would close the day.
Right.
Now, whatever has happened, he has to put those 1,000 shots.
Right.
And over time, it compounds like anything. Now, how do I create right rituals, stickable rituals, where I can stick to those? I want to go to the gym at 5 a.m., but I'm not able to.
Yeah.
So how do I create those rituals?
So first thing is find a mentor. That's the most important part. Like what I have a mentor. I have a mentor for my leadership growth. I have a mentor for my when there are numbers to be plugged in. So I have mentors for different levels who guide me through the process. But I don't use them consistently because now I keep auditing myself, and that gives me the.
But you've reached that stage over time.
I've reached that stage. So if you are struggling with that, same thing. People go to the gym, they do it for 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and even gyms are also they are so much. They understand the psychology of people that, okay, they say they'll do a special. They'll say for a whole year you pay only say 3,000 rupees. Right? Although they know that, hey, this guy, half of them will not even come back.
True.
Right? So they have made their money out of you. Rather than you say that, okay, I'm going to only pay 100 rupees. They made 3,000. And again, next year, again, you'll write the ritual again. So those are for those people. So that's why if you consistently follow what you say, and that is when you become an effective leader also.
So, sir, you're saying that till the time I'm not able to manage my rituals myself, I need to have like a mentor or somebody who keeps me accountable to my
Absolutely.
goals.
Yeah, but at the same time, he might make you accountable, but who's the one who has to do it?
End of the day, you're cheating. You said it rightly.
Yes.
If you're not achieving your goals, you're lying.
Yeah, so same thing happens that hey, you go and work out, but then we are going eating a heavy meal, or we know that okay, we're eating a lot of carbs. It is easily said that hey, don't eat the carbs if you want to lose weight, right? So you have to know where you have to balance yourself. That's very important, because unless you don't know how to balance yourself, you go in a rut every time, or you're taking 2 steps forward, then you're going 3 steps behind. Then although mentally you feel okay, I've achieved something, because it is only gratification that is just keeping yourself, okay, that okay, I've achieved that, but you're not achieving, you're actually moving back. So you have to do, so what are your goals which you have to give the most importance to? It's a priority. You give priority to. For example, I know that hey, when I achieve so much, I want to give importance also to my family life. For me, vacations are very important. So
I've
I
seen
want
that.
to take.
Yeah. I get
So
your
you see.
pictures there.
So I want to enjoy, and then I'll say that okay, 2 or 3 vacations I want to enjoy with my family. 2 or 3 I want to, 3 and 4 I want to take with my wife.
Got it.
And 2 and 3 we now take vacation every month.
Wow. So, coming to the point where you said that, you couldn't have had a big fat wedding because you had
Right.
certain obligations, but you definitely had a big fat 50th birthday for your wife.
Oh, yes.
And you bought her a very nice red colored Ferrari. So, and you have a very big house. You have a 7-bedroom hall kitchen villa, which you sent me photos on. Now, sir, a lot of people who even have wealth, may have more wealth than you. They're not able to enjoy their life.
Right.
They will never think of buying a Ferrari. They will say, "Chhod yaar, let's go with the normal car. या फिर अपन normal car में चलते हैं." What is this mindset shift which made you enjoy life in this manner, where you are making good money, saving, doing a great business, and apart from that, having this rich life?
Yes. So let's go back when I was making $500,000. I still wanted a Ferrari, but I would be pushing myself, because then right now I would just write a check and buy a Ferrari. But for me, it is the same amount when you're making, say, a 40 million. So the amount so when you have gone to that growth, it becomes very easy. For example, a person who's making, say, $500,000, and he wants all the luxury. He wants to have a 7-bedroom villa. He wants to have a Ferrari. He wants to take vacation every month. He cannot be doing that, because then the business is suffering. So first you take it to that level, so that all these luxuries come to you, and it's still equivalent to buying like a Maruti.
Yeah.
If you look at it,
It's very small amount.
it's a small amount, so it does not pinch. Unless if it's pinching you, you're doing it only to show others, because here it comes, you're not enough. And that is when you say that hey, I want to show that even I can buy it. But then how much of trouble? You're doing 2 jobs, and at the same time
You have a EMI. You have
EMI, and then you fall sick or something happens in family, you're not able to do that. Although you have a bigger dream, but you are not able to fulfill that. Right? So it is very important that you plan strategically and then achieve your goals. But again, once you go into your comfort zone, enjoy your life, at the same time, stretch yourself, raise your standard again. That's what Tony Robbins teaches.
Sir, raise your standard again, and from there I'll take you to your latest relationship with a businessman called Ankur Agarwal, very famous on the internet, and he has also grown very fast.
Oh yes.
Yeah, and
4 years.
4 years he has done more than $1 billion business now.
Right.
Now I want to ask you that how's this relationship established? Now you're going to be his business partner.
Yes.
So what was this journey? How did you meet him?
Yeah.
How did you get inspired? What things did you take out from his book?
This is a magical moment, I would say. This happened because I'm also one of the investors. So we have an investment group in Atlanta called Octave.
Okay.
So I am part of the investment group where I was investing with them, and that's when I got introduced to Ankur, because when I came to know in Russell Khema that there was a Wynn Casino coming up, and my clients were telling me that, hey, you need to be investing or start your business there. and I had no idea about Dubai. I never even visited Dubai ever in my life. That's when, I said, Wynn Casino is coming up. So what does Wynn Casino do? But that's when I saw that all the hotels, one after the other, it was a Ritz-Carlton, a Intercontinental, a Four Seasons, a Marriott, Nikki Beach, one after the other, all the hotels were moving up there. And I'm thinking, why are all these hotels moving up there? So I come to know that Wynn Casino is such a strong anchor that it draws more than 1 million people a month. And that island where the Wynn Casino is, it can hold only 20,000 people.
Oh.
So just imagine. So I did not even know that. So actually, I thought first I'll go to Dubai. What I did is, instead of going to Dubai, I thought Wynn Casinos, the master plan is in Las Vegas. So why not I go there first?
Yeah.
I would know more about it rather than going to Dubai, because Dubai is still getting built.
True.
The Wynn Casino is still getting built.
True.
So I went to Las Vegas and started talking to most of the hospitality people there, met the VP and a few of the, even the, people from, right from the, who work as, the person who gives all the who plays all the games.
Acha. Okay.
And then the servers, the bartenders, and everybody were gunga about them. They said, well, this is one of the best companies what we've worked. And then I asked them, how much customers does it draw? That's when they said that, hey, this place does not even go dead. It's busy all the time.
Yeah, I've heard even in Wynn RAK,
Yes.
I think slots up to 2027 are quite full. That's what I've heard, that they have already been booked.
So then I said, okay, let me go ahead and get a residence in Russell Khema, because, I'm sure,
There'll be madness there. Yeah.
Yes, there'll be madness. So I bought my, I bought like a nice penthouse there.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, I said, now I think then I bought one more in in south of Jabal Ali.
Mm-hmm.
I bought one more. And that's when I got introduced to
Ankur.
Mm-hmm. So, and Ankur had come actually to pitch us for in Atlanta, and he was talking about what the Russell Khema is going to be bringing, and that's when I first got introduced to him, and since he was also looking for a hospitality partner, the Octave main CEO, he introduced me to him. So that is the time I got introduced to him. And but I had no idea that, I would be becoming actually his partner at this level.
Wow.
So the journey started there. And then he invited us to come for the Lamborghini.
Yeah.
The CEO of Lamborghini had come in. And he invited us, and he wanted us to meet, see how the Lamborghini show goes on. It went in the Coca-Cola Arena. And it was a very magical show. It was beautiful. And after that, I again, spoke about what, how I could help him in the hospitality industry. And now finally, I'm actually flying there tomorrow to sign an MOU with him. And so it's something which is very dear to my heart.
Absolutely.
And I'm sure that, we'll take it to a next level now.
So, sir, अब अंकुर sir की बात करते हैं, and he's been very inspiring. So, when you met him, what qualities did you see in him where you think he has gone from, इतना बड़ा growth उन्होंने 4-5 साल में लिया है?
First is, again, I would say mindset. Mindset is just amazing, because I see he's very laser focused.
Okay.
Whatever he does, whatever conversations I had with him. And the next part is his numbers. He's a totally numbers man. It's like numbers will tell you the story. So he has predicted in the past 4 years, and the magical moment for him was when he bought the land. That's his intuition, I would say there. The intuition that in Russell Khema, if the Wynn Casino comes up, what is going to happen? And I listened to his story. When he first came to Dubai, he had even borrowed money, 50,000 rupees from a sister. And that's how he started his career, if you look at it. And 4 years, he's already a billion dollar man right now. And I think he and Vivek Oberoi have a complete chemistry between both of them. When they came for the presentation, what an amazing presentation it was. So I think almost every investor were ready to invest with them. that's what had happened. And there is total transparency, I would say. And at the same time, whatever they are, saying that they will do it, they are accomplishing it.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So, when you're able to do that, then the trust starts to form with people. And I think he has so much of bigger vision right now. And I think this is just a start for him. How he's going to take over the market there. They are already the biggest developers in RAK, Russell Khema. And then I'm sure they'll move to Abu Dhabi. That's where the growth is going to happen. So he has a very clear plan. And
Good clarity.
And if you look at, that's when I was thinking that, hey, then I thought that, hey, I'm in my comfort zone. I need to step up. And whatever I have gained wisdom for so long, I need to start to implement. So tomorrow will be the day when I sign up. And again, some great things is going to happen.
Great. We wish you for that, sir. And sir, if I have to summarize everything which we have spoken so far in this podcast, what do you think are the 2-3 main things between a winner mindset and a loser mindset?
Winner mindset, you never say no. Because in your subconscious mind, you've gone up so much that everything is on autopilot. Because, when you say no, means a new opportunity. N-O. It's a new opportunity.
Wow. That's a new definition.
So, and then every failure is not a failure, it's a feedback. You're getting this as a feedback so you can take more action, more proactive action. And then when you keep auditing yourself, the inner voice that keeps telling you no, when that turns into yes, that is when your confidence starts to soar. So that when that confidence comes in, you'll say that, hey, I'm conquering the world. So that is where you go into your peak state. So that peak state, you're focusing, you're believing, your physiology and your mental belief is just out of the world. And that's things.
And losers obviously are opposite. They don't.
You can look at it, they will keep complaining even if, because every day is not a day, the sunshine is going to happen. If you look at the nature too, जहाँ पे sun होता है रात को, moon तो आएगा ही.
True.
So you have to understand that there are peaks and valleys. So if you are able to understand, like it happens even in the stock market, and you're the king in that. So
rather we say that when things go down, that's when you need to double down.
Absolutely, yeah. So you have to understand, because I'm in the hospitality, so I can understand my peak and when it is going to be at the peak, when it is going to go down. So I have managed it myself. Now, even during COVID time, I was able to do it so well. That gave me that immense confidence. Now that mindset has become so much stronger, and the growth is going to be immense. And not only that, because I am leading a very fulfilled and an extraordinary life, because I believe that, because this is my identity.
True.
You know.
So, Kamal sir, you are like you are right now, okay? And obviously you were not like this when you were young.
Yes.
But your kids have had the good fortune of seeing you. What are they doing better, which you think will take them, more forward?
Right.
Or any improvements you would suggest to them?
My daughter, she graduated from Georgia Tech, and now she's been working with Equifax. And for 2 consistent years, she has got the Global Impact Award.
Oh, wow.
Yes. So she's doing an outstanding job, I would say. Whatever she's doing. My son has actually started his own podcast, and it is on self-improvement.
Very nice.
And I was shocked, listening to some of the things on self-improvement, what he was talking about. And I said, wow, I did not even think about that during that age.
Wow.
So I'm quite happy. I don't have to, because see, these are the values what you create. You don't have to tell them on a consistent basis. They are watching you. They are looking at you. Again, it's the physiology. These values, they take with you, because even when you're saying yes or no, or even if you're silent, they are watching you. And that gets embodied in them. So they are on the right path. I don't have to, mentor them unless I know they are on a wrong path. But indirectly, we tell them that, hey, these are the things that need to be done. And, they do it with discipline. they do it with commitment. They understand that because they have seen me and my wife do the same thing, and also, the network whom you go around with, because those 3 or 4 friends whom you go around with, they play such a vital part, right? Even if your mindset is stronger, but if you are going around with people who put you down, that will only move you more down, right?
So
But
selecting the right
selecting the
set
right,
of people is very important.
yes. So, and I see all great qualities in them. So I have nothing else to say.
One ritual, Kamal sir, which you follow diligently every day.
Ritual, I get up early in the morning, and my ritual is my identity. I tell myself I'm powerful,
Wow.
I'm peaceful, I'm prosperous, I'm leading a fulfilled and an extraordinary life.
So that's the
Because-
message you give to yourself.
Oh yes, and then before I go to sleep.
Very beautiful. Right. Kamal sir, a lot of people speak about gratitude
Yes.
being a very, very powerful
Oh
thing.
yes.
How have you, seen gratitude work for you?
I actually write a journal every day.
Very nice.
And I write 5 people whom I thank every day. Those core things which I want, because these 5 things becomes your पूरी उंगलियां मिलके मुट्ठी बनती है, right? So those 5 people I want to thank, even if I'm not thanking them, acknowledge them even one by one, because sometimes they feel, hey, why you keep telling me? So I write it in a book so that, I feel a sense of fulfillment. So if you do that, inside the growth is there, your subconscious mind, every day you're auto-tuning yourself to get better and better. And the better you get, the more fulfillment you get. And then that leads to a happy family life. So there are 4 again core things, that mental, spiritual, your body, all those, when you align yourself, it makes your life even more fulfilling. So it's like 4, again, I would say 4 tires of a car. If even like, especially for a Ferrari, if you have little less in air in one of the tires, you'll see that the car starts to wobble when you are at a very high speed. So even the minute details, that even the quality of air that is put in becomes such an important thing, that, hey, so that the alignment is perfect. So those are the detailing. If we look into it, you see that your life is going to be magical.
Perfect. Kamal sir, thank you so much. I think today, with your journey, experience, learning, I think we have got a very good sense of how mindset works, how manifestation works, what is NLP, and how you have grown 10x in less than 5 years, applying all these techniques personally. And I've been a kind of a outside viewer to this journey, so I can vouch for this. And thank you so much, sir, for coming here and being on this podcast.
Thank you, Sanjay, for giving me this opportunity, and I feel so blessed sharing mine, and especially for the young entrepreneurs who can learn and thrive on this, I would say.
Perfect. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
तो गाइस, अगर आप यहाँ तक आ चुके हैं तो यानी आपने एपिसोड को पूरा देखा है। अपनी टॉप 5 लर्निंग्स मुझे जरूर बताना। इस वीडियो को एटलीस्ट अपने 5 से 10 दोस्तों के साथ शेयर करना, जिनको आप चाहते कि वो माइंडसेट बदले, ताकि वो भी स्कार्सिटी से अबंडेंस में आ जाए। पॉडकास्ट पसंद आया तो लाइक जरूर करना, और हाँ, और किस गेस्ट को आप देखना चाहते हो मुझे कमेंट सेक्शन में जरूर बताना। दिस इज संजय कथुरिया साइनिंग ऑफ टिल द नेक्स्ट एपिसोड। जय हिंद, जय भारत।